Most people think car history is written by speed, by horsepower numbers, by lap times and records, but that's not how it really works. Real change in the automotive world rarely starts with noise, it starts quietly, with an idea. An idea that almost no one notices. This is the story of a car that didn't chase attention, a car that didn't need headlines, a car that wasn't built to impress the crowd, yet without it, modern cars would not exist as we know them. At the time this car was created, the brand behind it was uncertain, there was no clear future, no guarantee of success. Some believed the brand was finished. Others believed it had lost its identity. The market was crowded, competition was brutal, and expectations were low, but inside the company, something different was happening. There was a belief that cars could be more than numbers, more than speed, more than trends. There was a belief that design, balance, and vision still mattered, and that belief took shape in this car. This car was never meant to dominate racetracks, it wasn't designed to win drag races, it wasn't created to break records, it was designed to answer a question: what should this brand stand for? At that moment, the brand had no clear answer, so this car became the answer. This car was never meant to dominate racetracks, it wasn't designed to win drag races, it wasn't created to break records, it was designed to answer a question: what should this brand stand for? At that moment, the brand had no clear answer, so this car became the answer. Engineering focused on balance, not extremes, on harmony, not chaos, on control, not raw aggression. This car wasn't perfect, it had flaws, it had limitations, but it proved something far more important than perfection. It proved direction. When this car was first revealed, reactions were mixed. Some people didn't understand it, others ignored it completely. It didn't fit into the trends of its time, it wasn't radical enough for some, it wasn't exciting enough for others, and that was exactly the point. This car was not built for approval, it was built for clarity. Inside the company, everything changed. This car became the reference. Designers looked at it and understood what mattered, engineers saw it and understood priorities, executives finally saw a future. Each new car carried a piece of this idea, each model refined the vision, and eventually, the world started to notice. Success didn't come suddenly, it was earned. Years later, the brand would create cars that shocked the industry, cars that redefined expectations, cars that made headlines. But those cars were not accidents, they were the result of a decision made long before, a decision that started with this car. Today, most people don't remember it, it doesn't appear in highlight videos, it doesn't go viral on social media, it doesn't break records on paper, but its influence is everywhere, in the proportions of modern cars, in the way they drive, in the way brands communicate who they are. This car represents a turning point, a moment when the industry chose vision over noise, meaning over marketing, identity over imitation. It reminds us that the most important cars are not always the fastest ones, sometimes, they are the quiet ones, the ones that ask the right questions, the ones that set the foundation. Without this car, the future would look very different. Maybe the brand wouldn't exist anymore, maybe it would have lost itself completely, but instead, it found clarity, and clarity leads to greatness. This is not a story about speed. It's not a story about numbers. It's a story about belief, belief that cars can stand for something, belief that vision matters, belief that the right idea, at the right moment, can change everything. This car didn't chase history, it created it, quietly, calmly, forever.